Yeah, so this is interesting. I don't know. I think the tactic of Democrats and people on the left in particular, as well as people who are Jewish, I think that their tactic has become to literally tell you what they're doing. Reverse psychology, basically, but to tell you what they're doing. Like, just be out and open about it, and just hope nobody notices. Because I mean, they still have to worship Satan, right? So they have to openly blaspheme still, right?
Bunny, but it's just like if if this were to be someone who's like driving at night and then gets pulled over by an officer, all I'm saying is that like they talk like this 100%, the cop is going to make you take a breathalyzer. But let's listen.
Because when we think about the strength of our democracy, you know, I think that there's a duality to the nature of democracy. When it's intact, oh, it's so strong in terms of what it does to uphold and protect individual rights and freedoms. It's so strong in its nature. And it's very fragile. It will only be as strong as our willingness to fight for it.
Like
So, Lauren Chen here is gonna miss the point entirely. But what she said is 100% fact. But this is satanic blasphemy. Like, this is satanic worship. But basically, how this is satanic worship, and don't focus on that part. I'm just telling you what it is. But what they're doing is, so they're obviously exploiting this. And they know, basically, they're telling you that they know. They know exactly what they're doing. And that they're telling you that this is, it's, so listen to the first part of what she says. It's all true. And then the second part, it's like, now she says we, our willingness to fight for it. She's not really included in that, and she's not really including herself in that. The only reason why she's doing that is because she's posturing for an election cycle, right? That's the only reason why. And they all, like, they, when I say they, I'm talking about the system that she's a part of, that the elites, they know that, but what they're doing right now, it's like they like literally they can't help themselves. They can't help themselves. But basically everything she's saying there is 100% right. But at the same time, they're doing everything that they can do to subvert that exact thing that she's saying. So basically, they're doing the opposite of what it is that she's preaching. They're just openly doing the opposite while lying about it with full and immaculate knowledge of what they're doing. Trying to sway people, but just outright lying and propagandizing. Also, another thing I want to mention. By the way, abortions are child sacrifices. Literally. I mean, for those who know about the history of abortion, it's quite literally eugenics. But outside of just being eugenics, it's child sacrifices. They do preserve those placentas, as they would call it, or fetuses. They preserve everything. And they repurpose it, let's say. Why am I saying this? So basically, in the same video, which is insane to me, Lauren Chen states that at the DNC, which, I mean, I didn't do this kind of research. She has the information. At the DNC, one of the conventions, like one of the rallies, I think. I said conventions, but yeah, at one of the rallies, it's they had like a mobile abortion clinic to which during said event like 20 or 30 people went in and had abortions. Like, this is insanity, just by the way. And it's also satanic worship, child sacrifices, and what she's doing right here in this clip, as well as any other clip that you see, especially when you see them flip flopping, it's all satanic worship. Now, if you see them out there saying, like, you know, there's like some really bad clips of Kamala out there. Oh, let me see. I forgot what did she come. What did she do? A district attorney? Did she become? I remember whenever she became, like, I think the governor. She kept talking about, with the swipe of a pen, I can just change somebody's life, right? I would just urge people to pay attention whenever they say stuff like that. Whenever they're really candidly and openly speaking in those ways, that's whenever their mask is like, you're seeing behind the veil. You're kind of seeing who they really are. These sadistic, power hungry, evil people, really. That's all.